can barely see myself. I don't know what the lighting is like for everybody else. It's just really, really bright out here. Really, really bright out here. But it is a beautiful day. Absolutely phenomenal, beautiful day here in Texas. So, I have to do this outside, right? I have to do conscious coffee, conscious water outside because it's so gorgeous out here. I mean, yesterday it was rainy and dreary and thunder and lightning the last few days and all this different stuff. And today it is just blue skies and the trees are so green and the grass is greener. It's just, just that the brilliance of after the storm. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. As is the brilliance after any storm, whether that is Mother Nature or our life. It seems that as a storm comes through, life can take such a beautiful, beautiful turn if we allow it to, right? If we allow it to. And then I see a few people popping on here. Afternoon, Bruce, Steve, Maggie, Donna, Marcus. If I squint, it's because the sun is so bright and I'm trying to see who's popping on. Afternoon, James. So, I just wanted to jump on and I wanted to share this little message. I was going through some different stuff this morning and just looking at, I'm actually taking a workshop myself over the next month, and I was just doing some of my journaling work for this workshop that I'm taking, and I was like, my mentor, she puts out some amazing content, and it really can up-level your life, and it always brings me back to my faith. And then I'm like, and this is what I coach on. Everything that I come back to, as sexy as some of it might sound, it all comes back to just a few things. It comes back to freedom. It comes back to purpose. It comes back to joy, happiness, living orgasmically, and living by faith. And this today, I'm just going to focus in on the faith topic big time, because I think that we want to say that we walk in faith, whatever that faith might be, right? And I'm not taking this from a religious perspective necessarily, but from I have faith that life has my back. I have faith that God has my back. I have faith that the universe has my back. I have faith that, this or that has my back. Maybe it's just like faith in self, faith in God, faith in the divine, faith in, that life really truly will carry you, that we are energy-based beings and we have this light of the Creator in us, and that we really truly can create anything that we desire if we open up to the channel, to the flow of that creation. And what is that? That's walking in faith, right? To just take the step even though you don't see the step, like you don't see the physical step to take, but to still tune in, still your inside, still your thoughts, still everything inside of yourself, and to breathe into that and go, what direction should I go? What direction should I go? Or to completely open up your hands and, and open up your heart and your soul and say, God, divine, universe, whatever you want to put in here, right? As to that, and just say, what I truly want. Reveal the path that I need to take, reveal the steps that I want to take, and then to not second guess your intuition as these steps just, manifest in your life. But what do? We don't do that. Like, we do not walk in faith. We question everything. We overthink everything. We look at everything from all these different perspectives, and we're like, but, what if? And what do? We just stick ourselves in the mud over here, and we don't move because we're scared. We're so scared to take a step because we're so scared that our world is going to crumble on us, that everything's going to fall apart, that we're going to just not be provided for, that we are not supposed to live in well-being and abundance. But, here's the truth, at least the truth that I have witnessed thus far in my almost 43 years on this planet, is that I, for one, have always been provided for. There's never been a day, a moment, that a blessing hasn't happened, that a miracle hasn't occurred. I've been right up on the end line going, oh my goodness, like my world is going to crumble. I've had my world crumble and had this magic boat come out of nowhere and save my ass. I think that if you really truly look at your life, and if you really start to look at all these little areas in your life, how often does a miracle happen? How often does a blessing happen? You might go, oh, I'm not blessed, Kendal. Blessings don't happen for me. Blessings happen for everybody else. Why does it always happen for so-and-so and so-and-so? Well, that guy over there, he's an asshole, and blessings happen to him. He's just got the best luck on the planet. A few things are going on there. Number one, you're getting pissed off that somebody else is receiving blessings. That's not a heart of gratitude at all. Be grateful that other people around you are being blessed. So celebrate blessings, whether they're yours or somebody else. Live in that celebration, in that gratitude. That increases your vibration and that draws more blessing into your life. But then the other thing is that unless you're looking for blessings, guess what? You're not even going to see the blessings. Okay, because a lot of the blessings are these little itty bitty things, and sometimes blessings come masked as other things that don't feel like they're blessings right away. But thank goodness they happened, because if they hadn't happened, something else far worse, far greater, something that would have completely derailed you, potentially could have happened. So this had to come in to set your course another direction, to guide you into the direction that you really truly wanted. And what does it really truly mean to walk in faith in those moments? It means just to go with ease. Go with ease. You know, when we start to feel so much anxiety and tightness and overwhelm in our body, I certainly know when I do. Like, I can feel my whole body just go like this, and my muscles will get all tight and all this different stuff. And I'll just start to go, I need to lean in here. I need to soften. So I'll start to try to just move my body into softer positions. I'll try to shake out the tension in my body, because that tension is not so much a physical thing. It's showing up, it's manifesting as a physical tension in the body. So like maybe you get a tension headache, maybe your spine gets out of alignment, you find yourself going to the chiropractor more, your muscles are really, really tight, your muscles are really sore, this happens, that happens, all these different things. What that is it's a physical manifestation of what is going on the emotional, mental, spiritual layer, okay? And those layers of our world, of our life, they just trickle down, but it starts up here in the spiritual, and it finally will manifest into the physical, but it's gone through the mental and emotional states prior to the actual physical manifestation. So if you can catch it in the spiritual and the mental or the emotional state, then your physical body's not going to take the wear and tear of what's going on in that energetic realm, okay? If you start to pay attention there, and you can start to find that ease, which means to be able to take a step in faith. If you're taking a step in faith with reservation, with hesitation, then guess what? It's not truly a step in faith. To step in faith is very simply to step in faith, which means to step in ease, to step in flow, to step in certainty with ease, to not go, oh, no, I can't, because there's more resistance in the, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to force it. So you're actually causing more resistance in your life by trying to force it than to just leap, to just take the step. And sometimes just a little step can feel like a humongous leap, doesn't it? I mean, it really truly can. It can be like the biggest, it's like, I went out on a date a couple weeks ago. I didn't do it. I did not jump. 16 stories. I have to go back and do this. 16-story drop. Free fall. 16-story free fall. And I got up there, and it was really, really cold, and it was really, really windy, and I said no. Because I felt all the tension in my body, and I knew that with that much tension in my body, that I was going to force something that potentially I could end up hurting myself from the tension in my body, because there was too much resistance that had already manifested to the situation. So I said no. I held a boundary, and I went, no, this is not the time for this. Now I can go back to that exact same free fall. Now knowing with a little bit of understanding of like, okay, That's what that feels like, to be that high up. This is what's going to come up in my body. And I can actually prepare myself and breathe in and lean into that space to be able to drop. Will I still have some anxiety? Yeah, it's 16-story free fall. I'm going to have a little bit of anxiety, right? But if I can step into that with more ease in my body, with less tension, with more presence, relaxed into it, guess what? The resistance is not going to be there. So the resistance in this case, the impact on my body, will be far less than what it would have been with a massive amount of resistance. Well, we do this in our life all over the place. We do it in our finances. We do it in our love life. We do it with our health. We do it with all of our relationships. We do it with all these different things that we proclaim that we want. We resist them because we fear the process of getting them. We fear the failure. We fear the risk. We fear the what if. And you know what? Most of those what ifs never happen. Never happen. So we sacrifice all of the glory, all of the beauty, all of the connection, the love, the abundance, the wellspring of life for something that more than likely won't happen. And it most certainly won't happen when we really truly tap into faith, when we really truly learn how to listen to soul, how to listen to that God force within inside each and every single one of us, and to take those steps that our intuition is guiding us to take. Have you ever noticed that when you're really second guessing something, you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're like all over the place. You're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden you're like, all right, I got to make a decision. I have to make a decision. And then you do it out of haste. I'm going this way. How does that often turn out? Yeah, sometimes it can turn out okay. Sometimes it can. You can get lucky and like make the right decision. But the majority of the time when we make those decisions in haste, we look back and we go, man, I wish I wasn't so hasty about that. I wish I hadn't pushed through. I wish I had listened a little bit more to what my body was telling me. I wish I had paid attention to the signs. I wish I had looked at all the options available. You know, I thought that I was really pushed on time, but I really wasn't that pushed on time. I was just feeling anxious. I was just feeling like I really needed to make a move, and I was scared that if I didn't do it right then, that I wouldn't do it at all. Pushing in the wrong direction often causes more damage, causes more resistance, more obstacles, more issues to come up than to sometimes pause and go, I need to pause. I need to tune in, tap in to me, to my core, to come back to soul, to come back and realize and feel what really truly feels good here. What feels right here? Where am I getting drawn to? What is pulling me in? What's attracting me? What's turning me on? I think I'll go that direction. I'm not going to just close my eyes and pick one. No. Faith might feel like you're walking blind. It might feel like you're making decisions blind. But it's not blind. It's so much more deep vision than what you can ever imagine. Because it is really truly tapping into your core. It is really truly seeing the unseen. Seeing and knowing before it manifests. And leaning toward that instead of paying attention to what is right in front of you and going, all right, well, this has manifested, so this must be the reality. You know why this is the reality right in front of you? Whatever that might be. It's because that's what you've created thus far. That's what you've manifested from your past so far. That's what you're living in. You're living in your past manifestations right now. You're not living in your current manifestations. You're not living in your future manifestations. You are living right now in this second your past manifestations. Everything that you have manifested up to this point is what you're experiencing right this very second. That's why you are where you are. Now you want to change that, you want to experience something different, then really get yourself into the present. And that can be a little bit of a challenge. It can, because sometimes it's hard to break away from what we deem reality, what we see with our eyes and hear with our ears and experience right now in this moment. So you can be dead fucking broke right now, but you could be the richest person on the planet tomorrow just by changing your reality of today, just by changing your focus, by leaning in, by finding your flow, by really truly tuning in and tapping into that, and then taking that intuitive step, that divine step, that guided step from source, God, soul, whatever you want to call it. But it is really leaning into that and walking in that faith instead of going, because you know what? You've been going, forever. And that forever retreating, retracting, constricting that you've been giving yourself, that's why you're in the box that you're in. That's why you have the life that you have. That's why things are where they are. That's why you feel blocked over here and blocked over there. And this is happening and that's happening. And this person has come into your life and that person has left your life and blah, 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 blah. All of that is because of all of the stuff back here. Not from this moment. This moment right now, you could say, okay, I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to take the next 5 minutes. I'm going to take 3 good deep breaths. I'm going to completely let all my mental worry dissipate, toss it to the wind, and I'm going to just feel inside myself. I'm going to ask myself, what is it that I need to do next? What is the next best move for me right now? And you know what? You might come back with something absolutely silly, like go get a Starbucks. Or you might go, I need 5 more minutes because I can't still my mind. Or it might be, I need to check my email for some reason. I feel like I need to check my email. Or I need to call somebody. Whatever that is, it can be, and it normally is, just a little itty bitty step. It's just a little itty bitty guidance. And we toss those to the side all the time. Oh, I don't have time for that. No, this isn't the right moment for that. No, I'm feeling too anxiety. I got to get ABC done over here. This is what I got to do right now. I'll get that later. Divine guidance is also divine timing. You want to know how people are in the right place at the right time? Divine guidance, which brings them to divine timing. It's all those little things. It's the listening to that pull. Oh no, maybe I should turn left instead of right now. But that's the wrong direction, is it? Is it? Who knows? And you're not going to know until you start listening to that internal, deep down there, little feeling, little pull, little call, and give it a test drive. Just give it a test drive. I challenge you to today, test God, test the universe, test your soul. Say to God, say, hey, you know what I need, you know what I want, you know what I desire. So start revealing it to me too, please, today. Bring me little bits of evidence that I'm on the right path. Show me little bits of evidence that I'm on the right path. Ask, and it will be given. But you've got to ask. You've got to ask with certainty, with faith. And then you know what? You got to fucking look for the blessings. You've got to actually look for the evidence. Not for the evidence to go against you, but for the evidence to show up for you. You have to look for it. Because if you're not looking for it, if you're looking for the not having, then you're going to remain in the not having, and you're only going to see the not having. If you start looking for the having and for it to show up, guess what? It's going to pop up in so many different ways. God's not going to let you down on this. Your soul won't let you down on this. The universe, source, whatever you're calling this, is not going to let you down on this. That I know for a fact. Every single day I ask for signs. Every single day I say, lead me, show me the way. I have certain things that I ask for consistently to guide me. And you know what? They show up every single day. every single day. And every single time I see one of those signs, I smile, I say thank you, and I celebrate it. I may not go, woo! But inside I do. Inside I'm like, yeah, that's the right way. I'm on the right path. I'm doing right here. I'm doing good. And I take the pat on the back from God, and I keep going. Keep going. Keep allowing myself to follow those signs. That is walking in faith. Walking in faith with ease. You feel the anxiety, realize that you're not in faith. When you feel anxiety, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel overtired, when you feel fearful, when you feel stressed, when you feel like, oh my God, all of this, you're not in faith. You're not in alignment. You're not walking your path. You are off your path because your soul is not like this. God is not like this. God, source, your soul, it's open and ready to receive. Your soul is ready to receive. But when you do this, you put the blinders on, you change yourself up, and you turn and you walk in the other freaking direction. So when that comes, see it as a message that you're not in faith, that you're not on your path, and it's time to let the fuck go. It's time to walk in ease. It's time to get back on the path and come back to yourself. Give yourself 5-10 minutes of stillness. Ask for signs and then look for them. It really is that simple. It really, truly is. And with that, I'm going to end this. So, I hope that you got something beneficial out of this. You know, never know what the heck's going to come out of my mouth on conscious coffee. Absolutely never, ever. I sit down and I just close my eyes and I ask God, what are we talking about today? And then I sit there and I stare at the title for Facebook Live and I go, what am I typing here? Like, what am I putting here? And then I just type down the first thought that comes to my mind. Very first thought. I ask the question and I type down the very first thought that comes to my mind. I just go, I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's what we're talking about. Let's see what comes out of my mouth. We'll see what happens. And then somebody will message me about conscious coffee, or I see somebody sharing, or little testimonies, or, you know, different things. And I go, what the heck did I talk about? Like, I don't remember half my conscious coffees, which tells me that most of it really is channeled, because when you're channeling different things, it really is like Source is just talking through you and you don't really remember it. So I can go back and I listen to my own conscious coffees and I learn, I teach myself half the time because I'm like, oh, hey, that was a really good point. Like, where did that come from? Wow. I do it in my writing too. I get into the zone and I go back through. Like the other day I wrote, it's like 2 days ago, I think. And I finally read my article last night and I did not even know what my article was. I wrote it. I published it. I did not do any editing because I was going right into an appointment after that. And I had to sit down. I went, publish. We're good. Did my appointment. Ran out of time to ever go back and edit. Finally got to it like late last night, sitting on the couch, holding on to my kids. I was snuggled up watching a show with my kids on the couch, on my phone, editing an article the best I could. And I read it and I was like, oh, this actually is a really good article. Like, I didn't even know what I wrote. I had no freaking clue. And you know what? I share that with you to tell you that, yeah, I'm very in the moment, very, you know, just boom. This stuff really is raw. It really is just like coming through and I'm just letting it go. I want you to know that this consistency that you hear from me in my conscious coffees, in my writing, in my coaching, if you're one of my clients or if you're in one of my workshops, the consistency and the flow of it is that it really truly is just that simple. The things that we look for and that we need to have happen in our world to manifest that fuck yes life, there's not a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not horribly exhausting. It's not horribly difficult. Ease and flow is the name of the game. Faith encompasses both of those, and that is really truly all it is. It is ease, flow, faith. Listen to your core. over and over and over again, no matter what the topic might be that I am talking about with you here or in my writing or in my one-on-ones or in a workshop. It's always going to come back to those things in one fashion or form. And we all have the capability of just stepping into it and really truly feeling that source energy coming through us. God speaking to us when we still ourselves, when we bring that stillness in and we bring that calmness in. When we're in total chaos and we're wrapped up in all of our worry and our anxiety, there is no place for God in that. There is no ability to hear the messages, the guidance that we really truly need. So if you're asking for guidance and you're like, I'm just not getting it, well, how much chaos is going on up here? Because if you're really chaotic up here, there is no space. You've got to create the space for God in your world. You've got to create the space for God to move through you, to speak to you and through you. That's really all channeling is. It's just space creation to listen to the divine messages that we all get all the time. Whether we block them or not, now that's up to us. So, there you go. That's my little rant, my final little teaching on that. I'm going to do an announcement video later, so I'm not going to do any announcements on here right now. I am going to encourage everybody to do the challenge that I did in this video. If you are catching this on the replay, know that the challenge is in the comments section already if you need to actually see it written out. Otherwise, go ahead, re-listen to this. If I said anything in here that was valuable, hit the share button. Everybody, thank you so much for doing all the shares that you've been doing lately of Conscious Coffee and of the articles and of my coaching page. I can't tell you my appreciation level enough on that. I feel completely blessed to have so many beautiful souls sharing my work and sharing my messages. I really, truly appreciate it. And hit the share button again for today's Conscious Coffee. That's always appreciated, right? If only if you feel called to do that, of course. And as always, you can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com. Stop existing, start living, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, everybody.